Alright guys, welcome back to the off-grid tiny house. Looking back at my pump again, the 12 volt one that I picked up. So basically, I had to go to the plumbing store and get this brass fitting. Has a washer in it. And basically this is a garden hose type end for this motor. So your garden hose connection would fit on here fine. So I had to go from the garden hose to regular threaded connection. So now that costs a little bit of money because it's brass, but there you go. So let me dope the threads up and put this stuff together. I'll do this end first. Make sure you guys can see me on the camera. Using the tripod again. Comes in handy, I can actually do stuff on camera. So this is the 3/4, 3/4. Okay. Even though it has a washer, I'm still going to put pipe sealant on the threads. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So we'll throw that on. Get it as tight as you can with your hand, and then I'm going to put the old wrench on it just to give it the little extra. Don't really want any leaks. Water damage is nasty. Yeah, it warmed up quite a bit today, guys, but that's okay. Still workable in here. So on my outlet, so that's the input. Let me zoom in a bit. So that is the inlet, and this will be my outlet. Now I'm going 1/2 inch, going from 3/4 down to 1/2 inch for the outlet. That way I have a decent amount of pressure and all that good stuff. So let's get that one on, threaded up, or doped up. I use a lot of thread sealant, but better safe than sorry, you know. I have to cut the grass later at the house because all that rain we've been getting and the nice temperatures, stuff grows like weeds, so got to get on that next. Actually, a little messy there. Use that paper towel, help clean that up. Don't need any gunk getting inside, ruin the components. Alrighty. Yeah, once this is done, I will show you on camera. Tool I got it from work to cut ABS, so we'll do that right now because I need a good amount, a good chunk of I'm going to say 3 to 4 inches long. Something like that. So, we open the blade up. I'm just guesstimating this, by the way. I'm not even going to put a measure on there. So that's a little more than, I'll go about that size. So, here we go. Let's see if we got juice. Pop she comes. Tool works pretty good. Sometimes it ovals your ABS a little bit because it's off of pressure. But if you put it actually in the fitting, the shape will come back because the fitting will hold it back to what it should be. That end's a little rough. Jeez. But that normally holds it in place, and then you can go to her. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Actually, I'm going to make the same cut, get another one of those, and that way I have all the cuts done and can start gluing for you guys. So let's open up the blade. Pop that guy off. It seems to leave a burr on that end, so that's not real great. But see if I can pop that on, put it back into shape, and then if it's got a burr, I normally take, let me just grab the channel locks here, just some channel locks, and there she goes, taking little chunks of plastic off that burr edge. That looks pretty good. Better anyway. So we'll get back over here, move the camera for you. Well, my camera battery looks like it's dying. Hopefully I can finish this for you guys in time. So we'll move the pump out of the way for a minute. Move a bunch of stuff out of the way. Okay, so that's where we want to be looking. And that fits nicely. So I will glue this right now. I'll actually glue both ends. And now I like to roll the brush just inside the can to get all the excess glue off, because you always get quite a bit. So we got that. Do the inside. Do the inside of here. Move my glue can so I don't knock it over. Then we'll do this. Plenty on that one. Shove that guy in. And do the outside. Whoops. And that looks pretty good. So we'll tilt up a bit, move up, tilt back down. And then we have my wonderful fitting here that I already tightened up. Glue this guy. Okay, so we'll do this guy first. And we'll do this piece. Now this is all-purpose cement, so you can use it on ABS and PVC, all that good stuff. Give it a little twist. that's okay. Okay, now I can do this fitting. I gotta move this box out of here. It's the box the motor came in. Let's see. So let's glue this piece before my camera dies. Trying to do this as quick as I can, guys, without neglecting quality, you know. Okay. And I gotta give it a little twist. There she goes. Pull the paper towel under it a little bit better so it'll catch any drips if it does drip. And that's all she wrote. So that is glued. Now, I have an excess of 3/4 inch packs. So what I will do is cut some off. So probably around here. Looks good. I will do that. This tube cutter works really well. Also from work. And voila. Plumbing connection done. So now I'm also going to need to add a Shark Bite 90 when I come off of here, so I can go straight up to the other connections, but that'll be in a future video. But for now, she's all hooked up, ready to go. Shut off here and shut off there, of course, and we got about 4 shut offs total. I also could add one if I needed to, which I don't think I will need to. Let me move the camera back up. Okay. Put the box back over here. Clean my mess up. Oh, want to show you guys something. As you can see, my lumber pile is getting quite small. So what does that mean? That means I've been busy working, making a mess, and making a nice food pantry for the kitchen. So I used up, if you guys remember those stick together trim pieces, basically just for decoration. Now, I reused the improper screws. All I have left in here is 3-inch screws, so they're definitely overkill. And it looks bad inside. See, it's overkill. It's too long of a screw. But that's all I had. So I'm living with it, happy. I also have, for the bottom, I have a trim piece that will go there and hide that bottom, and maybe one across the top to hide the screws. But I'm going to see if I can get some brad nails or something and do that. I am not going to cover the bottom just because you're really not going to see it. Not really. But this was all out of the scrap lumber. Didn't spend a single dime on this project. And it's a massive food storage area. Solid. Nice and solid. I do have a gap along here and along there, but I'm not too worried about that because I did this on the cheap. And then this side, I mimicked the other side. Also have a gap, and this trim piece actually extends further all the way across. But I think it looks halfway decent for instead of that made in China garbage that you spend $100 on. When this stuff I paid less, way less than I'm gonna say 30 bucks total, maybe. And this thing's rock solid. It ain't anything. It ain't that crappy fiber board from China. If you were to buy something out of Walmart or any of those big box places, this thing's pretty solid, and solid on the top too. So I was thinking, maybe using up some of my flooring material and run it across the top of this thing to keep it semi-waterproof. And then have this as my dish rack and utensils up here maybe, or something like that. I'm just thinking. I also moved it away from, I finished the plumbing to the sink, but I have to pull this out. This small piece is too short for my liking. I want to extend that out to about there. And then I also put the shut off here. And then this just goes down. But yeah, I want it out a little bit further so I can actually make it into the sink and it's not dribbling down the side or anything. So something like that. So I can pull that piece out. I'll do that later. Leave that open. And then also I was thinking, when this thing, like I moved it, I didn't move it right up. I did move it up against here, but when I got my elbows in here doing dishes, I was hitting the pantry, so I moved it back a bit. I also think I can put some hangers on here maybe for some more rags or pots and pans or cleaning supplies. And then I have access to my service for the plumbing down there. This whole thing isn't screwed to the wall, by the way, but it's rock solid. So I can move it in case I ever have to access that pipe for service. Also hang stuff down here. Rags, so on, cleaning supplies, stuff on the floor. Massive room underneath as well for heavier items. Put the heavy items underneath. Put the lighter items up here. And nice tall cavity. I can stack stuff like crazy in here. It's going to work out nice. I think that's going to work out pretty good. And other side as well, I could hang some stuff off the sides. So that's decent. And I still have plenty of room for a washing machine in between the pantry and the urinal. So that's perfect. So this wall is pretty much done. Once the washing machine's in, I'll go from there. But that's later. Also, solar, guys. Now, because of my setup, and because I don't have an MPPT charge controller, which is pretty much the best type you can get for solar, I'm not going to buy one because these are, well, not till way later maybe, because these came with my solar package, and I have 5 more of those at home. What I can do is sell the other 5 at home to make some money, or just keep them as backup for these guys, which I think I will do. Now, these switches, I have 2 of these right now. I'm expecting 2 more. It's been over a month. I don't know what's going on with Amazon, but I'm waiting on. I shot an email off to the store that's selling these to me. So that's a waiting game. But anyway, I think I want to get all the switches for every single wire. So that's 20 total, minus the 4. That's, well, 2 are here, 2 are apparently in the mail, or lost in the mail. And so I want to get all the switches in this year. So that means no batteries this year. So that means no solar this year till next year, which totally sucks. The reason for that is My banking investment, which I kind of stupidly, I invested money, which is smart, but as I did it before I started the off-grid project here, or the off-grid tiny house. So basically, I lost access to that money for pretty much most of this year. So that put me behind, and whatever, I got to deal with it. It's done. So anyway, so I think I'm gonna get all these switches this year. Get that all wired in. Have the wires ready to go for the batteries with the switches wired in. Then get batteries next year. Then have solar in here. So I know it's a disappointment because most of you guys want to see the solar in action. So do I, because I want to have power out here. Kind of like using power, you know, like everybody. But anyway, I'll give you an update on the seedlings. No action yet. Lots of moisture on the plastic, which is a good thing. I'm not going to water them. Oh, there goes flying a Canadian geese, I think. Let's see. These ones have quite a bit of water in them. Still, yeah. But anyway, that's it for now, guys. It is, let's see, 10:41. So the clock is still working. Temperature in here, might as well give you an update on that. We have 65 degrees and about 83-82% humidity. So not too bad, not too bad. But this thing looks pretty good from back here, I would say, guys. Not too bad. Let me set the tripod up on the kitchen table, and then you guys can have a better look at that. So I think it looks pretty good from back there, out of scrap junk. Not too bad. I just got to finish up the cosmetics, basically. And my camera is blinking that it will shut off in a minute here. So it's pretty much dead. And that's the end of my video today, guys. Hope you enjoyed.